Okay, that was a weird noise. I'm here in this old cemetery here in Mount Hope, West Virginia, in my home county of Fayette. Right at the edge of it. I'm going to point out something here in a second. But first I'm going to point out the old waterway, the White Oak Railway, actually went through where the apartments are. The rail line went through where the apartments are now. Oh, I guess that apartment straight ahead's empty now. But the rail line went through, I think it was 2 pairs of tracks here in this stretch, because you had the side spur for the freight depot. I kind of wish I would have got that place for the back taxi if I hadn't been outside on that phone call. I could have got that house, which would have been a fun project. Oh well. But while I'm pointing out this old cemetery, I think there's actually graves and bodies underneath the street here in the parking lot. Because you look, the grave site, because one thing I've noticed about grave sites, usually the coffin, or where the body in the coffin is buried in front of the tombstone, so instead of the back. So if you're reading this, you'd be practically on top of the grave, which means there's a grave site here and there's another one over top over there. Well, this one here, the body would be buried this way, so this one here would not be in. You know, it's many times I live in this town, it's many times I walk past this cemetery, I'm surprised I've never noticed that before. It's just something I've never noticed before. I might be wrong, but they might be buried anyway. But if you ever go, the side that the writing is on with the name of the person, the year they were born or died and all that stuff, the body's always buried on that side, which means there's at least 2 graves here where the body's probably under the fence and underneath the street. Some of these are pretty old. I can't say how old some of them. This one, 1890, 1913. Some of the original founders of Mount Hope is actually buried in this cemetery. I'd like to point that out. Some of these I can't really read because they're so wore out. Henry something. Roof date of born 1902, 1912. I'm not going to read all these. Now there's some families here called the Browns, who are some of the original families in Mount Hope towards the back here. Yeah. It's only like 33 degrees out here, so it's cold. Got excited. Look, that's one that's pouring down the snow. Got excited 'cause I thought we was going to get a little bit, finally get a little bit of snow, but now it's quitting the sun come out. Mossy Brown. Clarence Lee Barley, 1901, 1902. Brown, Barley. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe these grave sites are a little different. Maybe there's not anything under the road like I thought, but I don't know. I just know how most cemeteries are and graveyards are. Sawers Millet. Wait a minute. I'm a little confused the way this is set up. I have a friend of mine that cuts this. It says here, Bobby on one side and Brown on the other side. Brown, Bobby, and then these names. It's a little bit of a confusing setup here. As knows, some of the original founders of the city of Mount Hope are buried in this cemetery. And I don't think it's on the walking tour list of places to see during a walking tour. I love how there's some of these old gravestones though. They're really cool how they're built. The memory of Dill. Dill, I mean, not Dill. I announced that wrong. I think I did a short tour and there's the Mount Hope Wesleyan Church. I don't know much about the Wesleyan Church. I don't know. The thing that I know goes to a Lutheran church. Gotta go to Free Will Baptist. I don't know. This looks like it could use a good cutting. Of course, this goes in the winter time. Make sure the gate's closed here. I think I'm okay with the video here though. Yeah, that's another grave that goes underneath the road. Now this one I remember noticing that I thought it went underneath the road. And I'm right, because you can see where it was cut off. The concrete was actually, rock or concrete was actually cut off when they put the road through here, which means it probably went another 2 or 3 feet, which I would say it probably went out to right in here, right where I'm standing. So it's 1, 2, at least 3 grave sites that comes underneath the road here. I think it's what I think's funny about this is all these years living here in Mount Hope, my 30s, I lived here probably my whole life, and it's something I've never noticed before. With the exception of this particular one, I noticed this particular one, but because it's obvious with the concrete. With the other 3, I never noticed before that they were facing the road and they went underneath the road. Yeah, so when you live in the town your whole life, sometimes you just don't pay attention to stuff, and then one day you realize and wonder how you don't notice. And so a lot of people has done the same thing. But this will be right in my video.